Is there a time? Wow. Okay, we're live. Back for episode 19. What a big one. First
Woo!
and foremost, little peek of our newest guest. I think this has the potential to be one of our best episodes yet. No knock on Pepe, no knock on Mr. Talty, but wow, do we have a special guest. Our very own Oleg Atamaniuk.
Oh,
Oleg,
thank you.
say
Thank you. I'm
hello to
very,
the
very
fans.
excited to be here. Hi, guys. A lot of pressure on me
I
for the
know,
good
I
episode.
know. We're gonna do great. Episode 19. It's been a couple weeks since our last episode. First, I want to apologize for my voice. I'm a little raspy right now. Um, but yeah, it's not gonna hold me back. I'm gonna push through it. Ian would. I know Ian. Like, if he had this issue, he would never stop. So, just trying to be a little bit like Ian today. Yeah. Anything you want to say, Ian?
Thank you for joining us. We're honored to have Oleg here today with us. Should be a great time.
Yeah, great podcast. I,
Yeah,
I just know they will clip it. It will be all over Instagram.
it
You'll
is.
see it in 2 weeks.
We're getting hella likes on Instagram,
Yeah.
TikTok. We also get a lot of follows on Facebook recently. So shout out
Oh,
to Facebook moms. They've been really liking this. Um, but yeah. So this episode we're gonna go just a little sneak peek into what we're gonna go into. Ugh. So Oleg's from Ukraine, if you don't know that. But and he goes to school with me at the University of Richmond. And currently he's in London. So we'll talk a little bit about his international experiences. And then Oleg, if you know anything about Oleg, he is the Rizzler. So he's going to be helping our big boy, Mr. Talty, Big Ian Talty, on hopefully, improving his love life as it is February 15th. So Valentine's Day was yesterday, so this feels on topic. You excited, Ian?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that that's what was in store for me today, so it's a pleasant surprise. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're always full of surprises. So yeah, I guess we can go into our updates. For me, just been really busy, midterms, whatever. Um, I started new volunteering. That was cool. I've been volunteering at wheelchair rugby, so that was cool, helping without that. Um, Also, I've been volunteering at the Richmond Free Clinic, which has been cool. And what else? Oh, and then I had a rugby tournament yesterday. Um,
how did that go?
it
Big
went
win?
well. Went well, yeah. We
Yeah.
won. Went 5-0, won the tournament, so it was a big deal. First
Oh,
tournament, so it was good to get some wins on the books. I got a lot of turf burned now. My wrist is kind of messed up, a little swollen, but we're pushing through it, of course. And then yeah, yesterday, Valentine's Day, I cooked up some dinner for the huz,
Mm.
and yeah, that's my updates. Ian, how about you go into it?
Sure. So I also started a new service thing recently. I'm coaching a elementary school indoor soccer team in South
Hmm.
Bend. So we had a game yesterday. We won, so we're 2-0 now. Team
What
is
age
playing.
group is this?
This is fourth and fifth graders.
Do they respect you or no?
I would say it's like 70% respect, 30% disrespect probably right now. Yeah, we got a couple personalities on the team,
That's
so
a tough age bracket.
yeah, it is. We only have like one kid who actually plays too, so
Oh crap.
yeah. But we've been winning, so it's been fun.
That's fun.
Um,
Is it indoors?
yeah, it's indoors.
Okay.
Yeah. What else? So yesterday, Valentine's Day, obviously I don't, as you heard from our intro, I don't have anything going on right now. Romantically speaking, but me and a friend of mine, we went to a candlelight orchestra performance of Hans Zimmer
This is a
music.
woman?
No, this was a guy. This is a guy friend.
Do you know is there any sexual relationship between you two? Or is it
No, definitely not. Definitely not. We planned this a while ago.
okay.
It just happened to be Valentine's
Is it
Day.
happening on Valentine's Day? Just two bros hanging out
It just
at
happened.
a candlelight concert? That's
Yeah.
that's that's pretty normal. Oh, like what any thoughts?
no, I know Hans Zimmer. He's a great composer. Is that the word? Yeah, he's like in all these big movies. So I guess it was definitely fun from
Yeah,
what I
it was a good time. It
yeah.
was.
His music is
Nice.
not that romantic, so I'll give it. I'll let it slide.
It actually
Okay.
was super. It was super romantic. It was like
Was
all.
it? Oh,
It was
all
all
right. Well, I'm
couples.
just trying to help you, you know?
It
Was it
was.
actually all
It was
couples?
all couples, and then just me and my friend. And I saw
Yeah.
somebody I know, like somebody I do research with, and he was definitely like thinking like there was a 50-50 shot I was on a date.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did the
And
other, who's this friend?
I lived with him when I was in London, actually.
What's his name?
His name's Brendan.
Did Brendan think this was a little weird either, or was he just
Yeah,
like,
we were, acknowledging that it was a little weird, for
okay,
sure, for
at least
sure.
there's some acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not accepting it yet, but at least you're acknowledging it.
All right. Anyway,
Did you
those
guys
are my
post a
updates.
picture on Instagram?
No, we didn't post a picture. We
Okay,
didn't
all
post a
right, all
picture.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
That's I think that's where you draw the line.
yeah.
Hmm.
Because
Probably.
if I saw two guys yesterday, like my assumption is that you guys are dating, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, well, I think you did a good job for not posting.
I
Good job,
appreciate
yeah.
it. Thanks.
But yeah, and of course we got to ask Oleg, do you have any recent updates you'd like to share with all our followers? I know they've been dying to hear about your life.
Um, I'm in London. It's
Mm.
raining every single day. It's been raining. This is, I think, from what I've read, one of the rainiest years in London's history. Which is I don't know if that's true or not, but well, that's what I read online. And it's been raining for like maybe 3 weeks in a row. We had one sunny day actually yesterday, so I went to Gymshark to get some new pens, but it was so crowded with couples, and I felt a little lonely, you know. I'm doing long distance for those people who don't know. So my girlfriend Virginia, she is in at Richmond. Yeah, Chris likes saying hi to her. And yeah,
Yeah,
it's very nice of him. Uh,
we're like friends now.
yeah, that's great.
Yeah, but we can go into that a little bit later in the episode. Uh,
Yeah.
I have some thoughts to share. Yeah, that's good. Good to hear, Oleg.
Yeah, yeah, well, I guess that's and we have a couple of football, soccer games going
Mm.
on. I'm planning a trip with my friends because we have like a reading week where you're supposed to study, but we're traveling. So we're going to Czech Republic, to Austria, and to well, we're thinking if we Austria should be our last destination, or we should go to into Bratislava as well. It-
Ooh.
It's right next to Vienna as well, so maybe, yeah.
Oh, so you're going to Vienna?
I'll be in Vienna, and yeah, I'll be in Prague. That's confirmed.
Ooh.
We have
Uh,
everything
I think
confirmed.
Vienna and Prague were probably tied for my two favorite cities.
Oh, that's
Vienna?
exciting. I've never been actually, so
Yeah,
yeah, so this is
very
like
nice.
a very exciting trip.
Vienna's definitely more expensive, but it was like absolutely beautiful, and Prague was like very
Beer.
cheap but also beautiful. And I literally had the best hot chocolate of my life in Prague. Besides,
Okay.
it was like maybe $3 for this like giant mug of like hot chocolate, but it was like thick Belgian chocolate. It was like insane, and I had like just like I felt so like bad after, but it was so good. Like it's
Yeah.
hard to describe. Yeah, and Austria was really good too. But yeah,
Wow, that's exciting.
did you take your finals yet?
Well, the finals are at the end of the year,
Or
and
I
well, I
mean,
had
when were
my
your first exams?
yeah, those were in January. Yeah, but they don't release the grades until like May. So,
Oh
you
wow.
know, yeah. So I'm just waiting. It's kind of weird. My dad always calls me. The first question he asks is, "So how are the exams?" And I'm like, "Well,
No, no.
wait till May." Yeah,
Yeah. Well, hopefully it went. Hopefully it feels like it went well.
hopefully, yeah.
But
Very
yeah.
different system here. So it's like 70 is an A. If you
Oh
get a
wow,
70, you're doing really, really well. So
that's
yeah.
crazy. I mean, well, I guess we can give. Let's hold that thought because I think that's a good segue into our next section. But Ian, do we have any updates of any of our friends or anything?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any, honestly.
Yeah.
Uh, I just think yeah, Lorelai's in Paris, Sabrina's in Australia, so they're living their best lives. Um, yeah, I don't know. Mora got really sendy last night. Shout out Mora. Um, yeah, I think that's it. I think everyone's doing well though, but yeah.
Yeah. Should we get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it. So, like, you were just talking about the differences in grading, which I think is one interesting aspect. And I know you've studied all around the world. Can you just give a little, for our viewers that don't know, like a little, overview of like where you've been, a little trajectory of your life?
Yeah, no, for sure. So yeah, as Chris mentioned, I'm from Ukraine. I lived in Ukraine for my first 15 years of my life. Then I went to America for a year and came back. So I guess 16 years in Ukraine in total. When I was 15 in Ukraine, we have this very popular program called Future Leaders Exchange Program. It's sponsored by U.S. Department of State, and basically, if you get accepted, you get to live in America for a year, but you don't know where, you don't know anything about your family. So it's a shot. Sometimes you can live in California in a really nice area, or in New York City or New York State, or sometimes you end up in Alabama. And yeah, I wasn't the luckiest one, I would say. So I ended up in Prattville, Alabama. I think it's like 50 miles away from Montgomery. Um, Very exciting place, I would say so. That
Mhm.
definitely different. Now that I got to experience both other parts of the states, Alabama was yeah, very different from the north. But yeah, so I did an exchange year in Alabama, came back, graduated from high school in Ukraine, which is only 3 years, and then got accepted to a boarding school program in Connecticut. So I attended Westminster School for 2 years, graduated from there, and ended up in Richmond, Virginia, and now did 2 years there, and I have to travel. It's like a pattern. I have to travel every 2 years. So now I'm at LSE in London.
Awesome. Well, I mean that was a quick speed run, but you've obviously been all
Yeah.
over the world. Um, I feel like a lot of people don't know, like they obviously see Ukraine on the news and know the big headlines. But like, can you explain like, I don't know if this is like too general of a question, but like maybe some of the biggest like cultural differences between like typical like Ukrainian lifestyle and like schooling or whatever, but between like the US style.
No, yeah, for sure. I would say culturally, the biggest one is smiling and just greeting people. I know, especially in Alabama, people were so nice to you. They would like the Southern hospitality. People would just always smile at me and tell me how good of a person I am or how good I look, you know. My English was terrible, so then I would say it was a really thick accent. Hello, how you doing? And yeah, they would stop smiling right there. But yeah. Uh, in Ukraine, it just you don't do that. So I remember I came back and it was middle of COVID, but still, like, city was living sort of a normal life in Ukraine, and I was just walking around saying people hi, telling them hi, and people would just stare me down, and yeah, it's so. And if you ever travel to Ukraine, I would recommend not saying hi to every person, every stranger you meet.
Okay.
In terms of the biggest difference in schooling, I would say in Ukraine, they prepare you to be more of a generalist. So
Yeah.
I was taking 16 different classes, 16 to 18 classes every single year. So
Wow.
you can imagine we had world history, we had Ukrainian history, we had European history, we had world literature, Ukrainian literature. So there's all these different subjects. So you sort of you learn about everything, but you're not an expert in anything. And in the States, it's very different because, if you're good in STEM, you'll take AP classes in physics and chemistry. If you're good in literature, you'll take AP English. So it was hard to adjust to the system because obviously in classes you have to go much deeper in my AP classes at Westminster. So that was the biggest sort of difference in schooling system. But I don't know which system is better. I guess both sort of have their pros and cons, but yeah, I would say those are the two, the culture and schooling system differences.
I mean, I feel like you've got the best of both worlds, being that you got to do both, and I can definitely say that it's definitely made you a better student. Hey, Ian, do you have any questions you want to ask?
I do, yeah. Okay. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to ask.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go very, very basic here. Could you just tell us your favorite thing about Ukraine, your favorite thing about your home?
Wow, that's a great question. I feel like there are so many. Honestly, given that I haven't been home in 5 years, so I guess It's sort of like a distorted reality. Sort of the way I remember Ukraine is very different from what it is now. But I would say going to farmers markets. That's my favorite thing ever because they are everywhere, and the quality of food is just it's just so good. And so sometimes I get these dreams when I sleep, and I'm like, I'm in Ukraine drinking milk or eating eggs from this lady who's like 80 years old, and she still goes out to sell her stuff, and those things are so delicious. And the butter, my favorite thing is just milk, Ukrainian milk, I would say. Which is that might sound a little weird, but I feel like in London, I like going to farmers markets here, and I sort of got the sense of that. But still, it's not as good as Ukraine. Maybe I'm a little biased, but yeah, that's my favorite Sunday activity back in Ukraine.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What makes the Ukrainian milk special?
I would say, well, I think the cows,
The cows.
they have a lot of freedom, so they can we have a Ukraine is the biggest country in Europe, so the
That's
cows they can go anywhere. The quality of grass is good. We get a lot of rain in the mountains where I'm from. So and yeah, I'm not gonna get into like controversial raw milk or pasteurized milk, but in Ukraine you can experience both.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's just like a taste thing. You don't need it's not getting transported from all the way Iowa. I don't know where the milk production is happening in the States, but yeah, it's right there. The villages next to my town, right there. So people would like milk their cow in the morning. By afternoon, they are selling the milk. So it's so fresh. You don't need
yeah.
anything added.
it's awesome. All right. Next question, follow-up question. So, what do you know what the population of like your home city was?
Yeah, so before the war started, it was around 60,000.
Okay.
Now it's a little more, probably like 80.
Okay. Damn. So that's like pretty sizable.
Yeah, yeah, but it's very different than in the States, I feel like. I don't know, because obviously, in America, it's the entire system is built for the cars. So it's
Yeah.
sort of even if you live in a big city, sometimes it doesn't feel like it. I was visiting our friend Alvaro in San Francisco, and that place it was like nobody's outside. So
Yeah.
it was like, wow, this is a big city. Obviously, it's on the news all the time, but there's nobody walking around. In my town, you go anywhere, you'll see people. So it sometimes it feels even bigger than it is, if that makes sense here.
Yeah. Makes sense. Chris, you want to jump in or should I keep going?
Yeah, I mean, I always have more questions. Um, so from my understanding, like you're in your town is in Western Ukraine,
Yep.
and it's a little bit more on the rural side. Um, yeah, I guess you could go like a little bit into like I guess I don't know how it is living like you know in the more countryside, even though you have like you still have a town of 60,000 people. It's more like open. And also, can you go into the giant Easter egg?
Yes, yes. I'll start with the Easter egg. So my town has the biggest Easter egg in the world, and that's sort of like the biggest tourist destination. It was a gift from the Pope in year 2000. So yeah, we are very grateful to the Pope. I think it was Pope Leo. I forgot which Pope it was, but well,
Why do
thank
you
you to the Pope.
give it?
Pope. He was Polish, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure his name was
Oh,
Leo. But yeah, I forgot the name. But anyway, so yeah, so inside this big Easter egg, you have small Easter eggs. I forgot the number, but it's more than 1,000 different Easter eggs. And so the way they were decorated by artists in the area, and every single one of them is unique. So you go into the museum, and it's two floors, and you go and see different Easter eggs. It's sort of like a very very popular thing to do in middle school. So they would take us to those places. I remember my class when we went. One of my classmates he took he grabbed one of the eggs. So they told us to leave immediately because yeah they explicitly told us not to touch anything. But yeah. So that's the Easter egg and rural life. I would say in Ukraine, the it's freeing. You I have the mountains right there. If I want to go to a bigger city, which is called Ivano-Frankivsk, it's like hour and a half bus ride. If you want to do stuff in my town, you can always do that. We have a river, so that would be like a place I will spend most of the summers just swimming and playing some volleyball. It's very very freeing, and it's sort of nice. I kind of liked the freedom part because it's
Mhm.
very different than in the States where you sort of need a car to go
Yeah.
anywhere, unless you're in Haddonfield, Pennsylvania. But yeah, so it's very different lifestyle in the States. In Ukraine, since I was 12, 13, I would always go to other parts of the town. I would go hiking with my friends, cherry picking. We would go mushroom picking. I don't know if that's the correct word to use, but yeah, you can go anywhere, and it's sort of it's really nice.
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
mean, I have more questions, but Ian, do you want to hop in?
Um, yeah. Okay, so you just mentioned Haddonfield, New Jersey.
New
So
Jersey. I said Pennsylvania. I'm sorry.
no, that's all right. It's the same.
Yeah, it's
It's
right
the
there.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
So you've visited a couple times with Chris. I want your honest, like, what are your impressions of Haddonfield? Having been to
Yeah.
all these different places, lived everywhere, right? What are your impressions of Haddonfield, New Jersey?
Well, Haddonfield has to be top three, top three
Whoa.
towns,
Really?
top three towns in the States, right? Well, we'll
Wow.
we'll keep it broad. But yeah,
Okay.
I really liked it. I think it's very walkable. The school, we played some football. It was the kids there. It was a lot of fun. I remember we played some basketball. Yeah, Ian, you were there as well, and yeah, I'm really really bad. I probably even got it worse, honestly, but I haven't played here. So yeah, I really like the town. And yeah, we saw the parade on the 4th of
Mm,
July. It
yes.
was a lot of fun as well. It seems like a very lovely and like home-oriented, family-oriented town where they're just bringing up your kids. I think that's perfect. And obviously you have Philly right there, so perfect for commute if you want to work in a big city. Honestly, it looks like a perfect place, and I think the home prices is a good indicator that it's a good place.
Yeah. Good. That's great. Top three town in the States. What do you think of that, Chris?
Wow, I think that might be a little bit, you might be a little glazing us a little bit, but it's
You think
okay.
so?
A little
Maybe.
bit.
Well, it's up there with Greenwich, Connecticut.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, what you got?
Oh gosh. Um, I don't know. I just first want to say I think one of my biggest life goals is to come to Ukraine and see the giant Easter egg. I think that would be like the biggest of all like bucket list items I can complete. Um, I guess yeah, I don't know. I just want to hear like do you have any like a story or anything like maybe it doesn't have to be a story, but like something that just shows like something that could like represent like what a typical day is in like Ukraine. Like I'm like imagining like I don't know. Do you have like a story of like going to like the river during the summer? Like I don't know, something.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. So before I left for Westminster School, I was really into running. Me and my friend, we would run at least eight kilometers every day. So we would wake up at 6 a.m. We would go on running. I sort of stopped after, but my friend actually, he's running 250 kilometers this summer.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so he did 100-kilometer run last year, and he's doing 250 this summer, which is like, yeah, I told him that cannot be good for your joints, but well,
155 miles.
yeah, yeah,
Holy
it's
crap.
insane. Yeah, he's a tough guy, and yeah, I stopped running. So very different trajectories. But yeah, so we would get up, run. We have like outside in my town, we have places where you can work out. So usually in the summer it's a nice day, so we'll go do a couple of pull-ups, a couple of dips, and yeah, get a breakfast. My grandmother Lubka, which
Luca.
yeah knows about. She is a really good cook, so she would make me usually eggs, and yeah, I would obviously drink milk. I cannot be glazing it without without drinking it. And then I would say, yeah, just chill in my yard for a couple of hours until it's like 2, 3 p.m. The sun is sort of not as hot anymore. So, and then we would go to the beach. Well, not beach, but to the river.
Yeah.
And next to the river you have this very nice area where you can play volleyball. So my friends were we were really good at volleyball. We were actually almost state champions. We were the champions in my town, and we got second
Like
place
that.
in the region. So we were really good. So we would always play, and sometimes we would play for money against like old guys because they would think they are better. And so the stakes are high, and people had a few drinks in, so it would always be fun. Then go take a dip after playing volleyball. It's always great. And get a little. We have this dish called shashlik. It's sort of like a grilled meat,
Ooh.
um, but it's the way you do it. You have like it's hard to explain, but you have different chunks of meat and you put it on this big stick, a metal stick, and you just keep turning it around on the big fire, and it's
Mhm.
just so delicious, and it's like a perfect meal. That and a can of Coke, man, that has to be up there. Really, really good. And then yeah, get back home, get some more food that my grandma cooked, or my mom, or me personally, but no, that's a lie. I did cook for myself. Um, and yeah, it's then read a little. I was really into reading, and obviously in Ukraine we would have these really long reading lists because it would be like 15 books every summer, and I would always struggle with that. And yeah, good thing. Props to my parents for making me read those books. I think definitely helped. And yeah, sometimes it would force me to read in English, and obviously I wasn't fluent in English at that point. So it would take me like three times as long to read a book in English. So obviously it's not as productive, but yeah. So I'll say that would be my typical day during the summer.
That sounds awesome.
It was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Peak life.
And for just like a general question, like for our viewers that don't know, what's the name of your specific town
It's called Kolomia.
and how do you spell that?
So Kolomya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Ian, any questions? Any more questions? Or are we running out of time, Ian?
Um, we have 2 minutes left on the Zoom. I think I'm gonna start a new one.
Perfect.
I don't have. What do you want me to do? Upgrade to premium Zoom? I don't have that kind of money right
Yeah, the
now.
sponsorships haven't come in yet, apparently. We're still struggling for funding. I'm gonna put a Venmo in the link, like description, so you can Venmo us so we can get Zoom Premium if anyone wants to Venmo us. But yeah, tune back in for part two. It's gonna be even better.
Yeah. See you soon.